What is going on, guys? Welcome to our first simulation for Raspberry Pi. Before beginning, you need to have this and the peripherals as well. Set up and connect your Pi to the cable and the peripherals and load your SD card with NUPS file using the Raspberry Pi imager. Transfer the NUPS into the SD card using the imager, remove it from the PC and load it into the microcomputer. Now boot the Pi and install the NUPS as seen here inside. Once it finishes install, you will have to restart and you'll be greeted with the desktop menu as shown here. Set your country, language, and change your password if you need to. Connect the Pi to a Wi-Fi connection to set the time correctly and check for updates if it's needed. It'll take some time, so don't get too anxious about it. There's some softwares that can be found in the start button. For example, there's a text editor and you could type things like our team member's name. You can save the file or delete it if you don't want it anymore. Thumb drives can be used to connect into the Pi and files can be transferred into the thumb drive as seen here. You can also download programs from the recommended or add/remove software menu. Next, Chromium is opened and the tutorials of a software installation is studied. Then VNC server is chosen, installed and set up so that other teammates can access this microcomputer as well remotely. Here is a sample of how a computer can access a Raspberry Pi using VNC Viewer to connect to the Raspberry Pi's VNC server. So the Raspberry Pi OS has a Linux terminal and it can be used to change the parent folder. It can also list out the current folder contents and could create an empty file. A dummy file is then created and is being checked upon. The file is renamed into new dummy file and a new folder is created. Set it as the current folder and create 3 dummy files and bundle them up. This bundle will be then compressed into .gzip file. Help can be accessed in this terminal as well as to find any specific topics that you want and then use that help to list out all the files which then being typed and the output is being piped out. The content here is then redirected to a text file, dumped into another file, and the content of the 2 files is dumped into a single file. A string file called puzzle is created and the process can be seen in this video. To terminate this process, just type Q4201. The file can be transferred to different owner, group, and the individual permission of the file and can be adjusted into these privileges. Network interfaces can be displayed in here too, and the two-way connection is tested here using Google. The terminal can be used to set date and time, and here Emacs text editor is installed. Also, the terminal can be used to show the GPIO pins that are on the Pi as well. Now inside the NUPS, there's a pre-installed Python IDE called Thorny. Open it and use the shell to display texts, basic arithmetic, calculating equations using functions or variable, as well as get help, prints, topics, keywords, and modules. Open the text editor, type the welcoming file and save it as a .py file. The file is then being run on Python and Linux. An integer program is being made. And the program is being run and then terminated. Another program starting with 102 integers is being run and terminated. Strings can also be capitalized on its initial. Also, Python can be used to reverse a list of a string. Coding to display date and time every second is made. And the program is run and terminated once again. A text file with 5 log random numbers are created. Run and terminated. Finally, a program to open text file is created to enable every one line is being displayed. Save it and run the program. And that is the end of our simulation 1. Thank you all for watching.